are you?
Uh, it's fine,
Mm-hmm.
except for the final exam.
Yeah, you just took a final exam. What was your exam about? Like what subject?
Oh yeah. The exam that I just took was not for the final exam. It was Japanese language proficiency test. So yeah, I just nailed it.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I just nailed it.
Japanese proficiency, is it like level 1 proficiency? No, you're pretty good at Japanese.
Yes.
Like pretty fluent.
Yes.
So like proficiency, what does that mean?
It means like it ups from 4 to 1, and by going up, the level gets higher.
So it's more difficult the lower the number.
Yes.
So a 1 is like you are
The highest.
probably fluent.
Yes. So it measures the proficiency of reading skills and the listening skills. So there's no writing comprehension. So you can just measure the ability of reading and listening.
Oh, okay. So that's all you did today it was just a reading and listening test.
Yes.
There was no speaking?
Yes, no speaking.
What made you so interested in Japan,
In Japan.
especially being from Korea?
Well, the reason I study Japanese is just because I have interest in Japan, and what I am interested in Japan is especially for food and their how can I say,
Culture?
yeah, generally saying culture, and I like this sentimental atmosphere of the streets of Japan, especially in Kyoto. So like Japanese style street and their attitude when they do the how can I say, when they face the person and when they treat person.
Their manners.
Yeah, their manners. I like that.
You say like sentimental attitude.
Yes.
When you say that, do you mean like seems like they took a lot of time and care into the things that they make and create? Is that kind of what you mean?
Yes, and they are kind of delicate to something, so they don't care about. They care about not only for entire thing but also for specific thing.
Within the entire thing, the
Yes.
specific.
Yes. So, and there's a saying, monozukuri in Japanese, which means many craftsmanship.
Mini craftsmanship, maybe
Yes.
like kind of working together craftsmanship.
So when they do something, they are really care about the quality with the responsibility. So like when they make many crafts, they care a lot. So yeah, I think that made this level of Japan.
That kind of lifestyle you like.
Yeah, lifestyle and yes.
Was there like a time? Was there like a specific thing that made you interested in Japan, or was there a specific time that you remember? Like this, like I want to pursue this.
Yes.
Now.
The moment that I got interested in Japan was the Japanese class when I was in middle school. So she showed me a Japanese TV series, which is Nodame Cantabile, the name of TV series. And the heroine of the series was so cute. So that is exactly why I started.
So you were just
studying Japanese and getting interested
attracted
in
to the
Japanese.
girls.
Yes.
I see.
So it sounds a little bit weird, but one of the one of the goal of studying Japanese was making a Japanese girlfriend at once. Not now.
Yeah.
Back in the days.
Okay.
Because I achieved that, so the
Yeah.
goal has been.
You fulfilled the goal, but
yes.
now it's time to get a new girlfriend. Okay. And how many times have you been to Japan?
It's about 3 times.
3 times.
Yes. The first one was about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 2015. Just before I went to military service.
Wait. Oh, military service.
Military
Okay.
service.
And did you go that time for classes, or was it for just fun, like just a leisure trip with family or by yourself?
I went there with my friend, and it was my first trip to overseas.
Oh, really?
Yes. I care about the noise.
It'll be okay. Like the microphone actually picks up really well, surprisingly.
Oh,
Like it
with,
can-
with the orientation.
Yeah, because it's directed directly at us. It actually works really well. You'd be surprised. But if not, then we can go somewhere else and do it again sometime. It'll be okay.
Okay.
But what was I gonna say?
Japanese trip.
Yeah, first Japanese trip. Do you remember what you did during that trip?
Yes, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, because it was so meaningful for me.
Yeah, sure. Tell me about it.
Yes. It was my first trip to overseas, and I had gathered all the costs on my own. Like without my parents' money, I gathered all the costs, and I spent the cost for my first trip to overseas with my friends. So it was so meaningful.
Yeah. And what were some of the things you did? Like, where did you go
Yeah,
in Japan?
I went to Osaka
Osaka.
by ferry.
Oh, from Korea?
Yeah, from Korea. It took about 19 hours.
Jeez.
19 hours.
Oh my god. Basically overnight on a boat.
Yes.
Wow.
And it is kind of special memory because it only takes about 1 to 2 hours
By plane.
by plane from Busan to Osaka.
Yeah.
But it's just a very short moment.
Yeah.
So when you
You almost made the trip a part of the experience.
yes, it might feel like I'm going to another city of Korea because it took about only 1 hour.
Yeah.
But by
By-
ferry, it takes about 19
Yeah.
hours, and those journey makes me and might make you feel so exciting about we are heading to destination.
Yeah, it's a far away, foreign land, basically.
Yes.
I understand that. In America, all the time we go on road trips, and people will go on multiple day road trips, and basically they'll that's what people say all the time is the trip the getting to the destination is a part of the trip.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
taking those 2 days or that whole day just to get there is it adds to the experience.
Yes, exactly.
It makes you anticipated and you're just excited. Did you take the ferry back? So you went there on the ferry, and did you come back?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So I went there with my friends, and there were all 4 people in our party, and I was the only one who wasn't sick of seasick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't get seasick
Yeah.
easily. You're pretty good.
I never get that.
Oh, you're lucky.
But the rest of my friends were all knocked down
Oh
by
no!
seasick.
Oh no! Oh.
I was only one who survived.
Yeah. 19 hours on a boat is a long time.
Yes, and I just realized that I am eligible for Navy,
Yeah.
and I went to Navy.
I was gonna say, did you go to the Navy? There you go. All right. That's good. Okay. Is it common in Korea? Do people own boats in Korea and like go boating ever? Like, is that a common thing or not really?
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Just maybe fishing.
Yeah,
on it?
maybe fishing maybe common story, but owning a boat is
Not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what are some things that you did during your trip in Japan? Like, what made it the most memorable for you that first trip?
Now I can speak Japanese quite well, but at that time I wasn't really good at Japanese. I only spoke for a few sentences, so I come up one episode in a restaurant, and actually the restaurant was for all you can eat. So if you wanna eat something, you can just order.
Like buffet.
And you can, buffet. You
Yeah.
can get some stuff from the clerk.
Oh, got it. Oh, I got it. So it's like order, but you can order as much as you want.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly. But the menu says course, so it was written course. So with the course that I got was so A course and B course and C course, which means
Oh.
which contains appetizer,
Yeah.
main dish,
Yeah, yeah.
dessert.
Yep.
So A course just contains this series, and
Sure.
B course contains this
This
series.
series,
Yeah,
sure.
C course contains this series.
Mhm.
So what I thought was, once I order the course, they will give me the food in a row. So what we did was having the first dish and waiting for about an hour. But the, even though we have waited for an hour,
Yeah.
the next food wasn't come out. So
Oh, so they were literally just waiting there for no food?
So what was the problem? We just got we just noticed that there's some problem in this situation.
Yeah.
So we had to ask about it, but the clerk hasn't. I mean, the clerk couldn't speak English,
or Korean.
yeah, or
obviously.
Korean, and we couldn't
Speak Japanese. Oh no.
So we could the foreign language that we could speak is English, but they
They
couldn't
couldn't
understand it.
understand. Oh no.
And that time we wasn't really how can I say it? We wasn't really accompanied by using translator.
Yeah, sure.
application.
No, in 2015,
Yes.
it wasn't as good as it is maybe now.
Yes. So we had to figure it out by asking somebody
in English.
Yeah, in English or fuse Japanese
Sure,
sentence.
yeah.
So what we did was asking about what's going on
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
to young people, and there were two young Japanese girls behind us, and we thought the younger, the more possibility to understand English. Yes.
Sure.
So we asked about the situation, why the next food isn't coming out, and what we figured out is the course means a series of meat that
Yeah.
then we can order. So depending on the course, they contain different parts of meat. So you can just order and get one.
Yeah.
That was what they told us. So course means just difference of menu.
The meat, but you have to keep ordering it.
Yes, we had to keep ordering.
And you
So-
guys didn't keep ordering it.
Yes. we asked Clark, why don't you get the meat here? Then they couldn't understand because they thought you haven't ordered yet.
Yeah.
So this is like puzzled. The situation was
Sure.
puzzled. So so we just got that thanks to the two Japanese girls. And then we just noticed that we have to order something if we want.
Ah, okay.
So order and get, order and
Yes,
get.
yes.
This is the process. So we didn't know that, and the second when the second order was processed,
Uh-huh.
we had to go out because of the time.
Mm.
It was 2 hours limited, and 90 minutes was the last
time
order.
limit, yeah,
last
yeah.
order. So we just ordered 2 times.
Oh no, in a whole like hour and a
Yes,
half.
yes.
Oh no.
In a yakiniku restaurant.
Yeah.
It cost about 3,000 yen. It cost about 30 bucks.
$30, yeah.
So we just only 2 times.
So you guys like literally paid $30 and you were
Yeah.
probably still hungry
Yeah.
after. Yeah. Oh no.
So it is the most memorable thing in my Japanese
Oh
trip.
no. Really?
So that's why. This one of the this another reason why I decided to study Japanese. Yeah, more and more.
Interesting. So that almost that bad experience kind of motivated you to
Yes.
want to be able to explain,
Exactly.
like actually speak to the waiter
Yes.
what you want. That's good. A lot of people would take that experience and think, oh, I hate Japan because they don't serve me, or I don't
Yes.
know. You know.
It could happen. But it wasn't for me.
And okay. And you said you went to Fiji
Yes.
to study Japanese.
Yes. Yeah, Japanese and English at the same time.
When did you go and do that?
I went to Fiji in 2017, second semester of the year.
2017. Okay.
Yeah, so after
Like the fall term?
yes,
Yeah.
after after first semester, while doing the member of how can I say while doing the member of foreign students supporting team.
Oh, like exchange kind of, or study abroad, or
In Hallyu, there's a club in University of Ulsan,
yeah.
which is Hallyu, and which is kind of foreign student supporting team. And while I was spending time in there for a semester, I learned a lot of things, and the experience made me decide I have to go to abroad to study many things, because there are what I realized was I was a frog in a well. So
Frog in a well.
the world I have known was only in a well, and there is broader world out of the well.
You wanted to widen your perspective.
Yes, I wanted that. So I decided to go abroad, and the reason I chose Fiji was I wanted to learn English and Japanese at the same time. And in Fiji there was a Japanese, there's a school which was founded with Japanese capital. So most of students were Japanese, like 97%, and 2% is Korean, and 1% is Chinese, and etc. So I could learn English in the school, and I could get used to Japanese language in a dormitory with Japanese students.
So you think most of the students that were there to learn English?
Yes.
But when you were in the dormitories, you learned Japanese because that's pretty much 90% of the people were Japanese, and they were probably with each other.
Yes. And the interesting thing is there was a rule, EOP, English only policy.
Ah, yeah.
So once we come out of the dormitory, we must speak in English, or
It's kind of a penalty, or
we got penalty, and if we get 3 times of penalty, we have to go out. We'll be
you're expelled, basically.
expelled.
Yeah. I've heard of those kind of schools.
Yes.
That where they're very strict on, like, you go there to learn English or you go there to learn a specific language, and they're very strict on outside of the dorms or outside of your living, and you just lived there for like a month or a year, or
Yes.
how long were you there?
I was there about
6 months, maybe.
3.5 months. Yes. It's about like 1 semester. So yeah, for 3.5 months I learned English in the school, and I learned quite a lot of Japanese in dormitory because Japanese students were sick of EOP policy.
Yeah, sure.
So once they get into dormitory, they only spoke in Japanese.
Yeah, of course. Was it difficult for you, like was there any other Koreans?
Oh, there were about three or four Koreans more,
Okay.
like five Koreans more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had a few, maybe.
Yeah, only few.
Yeah. But you were able to at least speak Korean at times.
Yes.
In the dorms.
In the dorms. There were 2 Korean girls and 4 Korean girls, including me. Korean guys,
Yeah.
including me. And yeah, sometimes we spend time together and talked about what's going on here and what's about our plan as a Korean.
Yeah.
But I don't really try to get along with them because the purpose I went to abroad was improving my language,
Yeah,
my
sure,
foreign language
sure.
ability.
So you purposefully maybe didn't interact with them as much.
Yes, on purpose. I didn't try. I mean, I try not to get along with them as hard as possible.
Yeah, sure. I wonder, were you guys able to, like, maybe before or after the program, were you able to like explore Fiji at all, or like go around Fiji?
While in a process, I had a lot of time to go out to hang out with friends. So taking the class, we could go because the course ends about 3 or 4 p.m.
Okay,
So after the class,
they just let you guys go.
yes. So in my case, I went to many places with my Japanese friends. So I think that is one of the reason.
You also helped with your Japanese.
Yes.
Sure. Do you feel like during your time you improved your Japanese language more, or did you improve your English more, or was it about the same?
Say again, please.
When you were in Fiji,
Oh yeah.
did your English improve more, your Japanese, or did you improve both the same?
To talk about the quantity, I think my Japanese skill has improved way more than
Really?
English, because when I went to Fiji, my English skill wasn't that bad. So I could
You knew
Anyway,
most of the topics, and yeah.
Anyway, I could speak because I studied English in Korea,
Yeah.
and I had been interested in foreign language as it is. So English was one of the language I was interested in as well. So I really enjoyed talking to people in English. So my speaking skill was not that bad when I arrived in Fiji. But for Japanese skills, I only had interest, but I didn't have some ability to speak in Japanese fluently.
Until you went to Fiji.
Yes. So it helped a lot.
Yeah, I bet. I really believe that. Okay.
Like the expressions that you could hear in a just normal life, usual life.
Yeah.
So like when you go to the kitchen and when you see there's water all over the world, all over
Like, of the floor.
all over the floor, then in those kind of like specific situations, there are some expressions that native only speaks, that which is
You're not taught in school, maybe.
yes, we are not taught in school, and we cannot imagine as a foreigner. So like idioms.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
idioms.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
So much idioms I learned in Fiji.
And yeah, that can be real helpful when learning a language. I think, like, it's something that's not it can't really be taught in a classroom. It
Yeah.
needs to just be almost experienced.
Yes. So I can say my proficiency hasn't not very my proficiency hasn't been improved very well, but my fluency has been improved so much
Yeah.
in Fiji.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any stories from Fiji that you thought were interesting or fun, or what was the best memory you have?
Best memory. Can I pick? Not a good memory, but memorable memory.
Sure, yeah. It doesn't have to be positive,
Yeah.
just the most memorable.
Yeah. Before talking about this episode, I'm not intend to derogate
You don't want
for
to.
Indians.
Sure, yeah, you have no like
No
problems
offense,
with,
yeah.
no offense to Indians
Yeah.
before listening to this
Yeah, no
story.
offense in Indians, but in Fiji, yes, let's talk about this. In Fiji, their species are divided to Fijian and Indian, half
Okay.
and half,
Okay.
and they are not really.
They don't get along well.
Yeah, they don't like each other so much. And okay, so let's keep it that in your background, and one more background. I'm not saying the racist things, but many people who did the crime was Indian.
Just statistically,
Yeah,
in Fiji,
Yeah.
if there was a crime, it's more likely that it was an Indian who did it.
Yes.
Got
yes.
it.
So let's keep it that in your background. When I was in Fiji, and it had been only about 2 weeks, and I was sleeping on my bed, and one of my Japanese friends, woke me up and hey, there's problem happened. You need to go. You need to come with me. And I was, what is happening with sleepy eyes?
Yeah.
What is happening? And my friend was with a policeman, and my friend was
Naked?
no was full of dirt.
Ah, he was dirty.
Yeah,
he
dirt.
got a bunch of dirt and he. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
dirt and like soil. So when I went to the main gate, there were 2 guys with that. So I asked to policeman what has happened, and he told me.
Were you speaking in English? Or were you speaking
in English.
In English, okay.
Yeah, in English, because the policeman was Fijian.
Okay, got it.
I talked to him
In English. Got it.
What has been
What's going on,
Yeah, what's
yeah.
going on? And he told me, your friend. There was the friend who was by the police guy was Japanese,
Okay.
and the policeman said your friend was about to get raped by an Indian guy.
Oh no.
Indian guy.
Yeah.
And my friend is male.
Oh no. Oh my god.
So you need to translate between us.
Yeah.
The police guy said
Okay.
to me, because I could speak English and Japanese even a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I translated between them.
Yeah.
And the thing we did was we went to the spot the thing has happened, and tried to find my friend's wallet and cell phone, because there was some fighting happen. So we tried to find, but we couldn't because it was so dark, because it was midnight. So the policeman said, let's wrap it up now, and let's come again and find it again tomorrow. And I went to that was a policeman said, and I said okay. And when we reached the big street, I saw there was Indian guy who was fainted.
Like he like passed out.
Yeah, passed out because of my friend's punch.
Oh my god.
Because he was kind of professional of karate.
Your friend.
My friend.
Yeah.
So he beat
The guy.
The guy.
Trying to rape him.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So what I heard is the Indian guy tried to. Okay, let's start this story. My friend was trying to come to dormitory from the bar,
Yeah.
and he was on the street, and the Indian guy followed him, and he introduced himself. I'm a teacher of this region, so I'll show you what is the real Fiji life. So I'll show you, he said. And my friend was very open-minded.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go. And they went to the grocery store and they bought some 6 bottles of beer, and they went to very deep inside of the bush of the ground, and while going there, my friend felt that it's kind of weird. It's going weird, but
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Sure. Yeah. He felt a little weird about it, but he just wanted to
Yes.
give it a try. Sure. I understand.
Yeah. So once they reached to the spot, they start drinking, and they drank quite a lot of beer, and then my friend drank so much, so he wanted to puke.
Oh no.
So he was puking, and then the Indian guy, came to my friends, and he said, "Are you okay?" And started touching body of my friends, and he put his hand in my friend's underwear,
Yeah.
inside underwear,
In his pants.
in
Yeah.
his pants. So, and he just got frightened, and hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then the Indian guy tried to beat my friend, but as I told you, my friend was quite professional of
Yeah.
karate.
Yeah. Even though he was like super drunk, he was
Yeah.
still able to beat up. Oh my
Yes.
god.
So he just avoided the punch,
Yeah.
and they started fighting with mounting,
Yeah.
and then the Indian guy tried to run out with my friend's stuff. So my friends tried to catch him.
Yeah.
He ran so hard, and then the Indian guy got caught by my friend, and then my friend beat the
Oh
guy
my god.
so much.
Until he was unconscious, basically.
yes.
Oh my god.
And the Indian guy passed out, and my friend took him to the
Police station.
no,
No.
took him to the road,
Oh.
and he just stopped any car
Yeah.
to ask, please call the police.
Yeah.
And then the policeman came to the spot.
And
And
and maybe your friend couldn't speak
Yeah, I
to
couldn't
the cop.
speak English.
Okay.
And which is your place? And his place was our school. So that's why the policeman came to the
it.
school, and that's why I got waken
Yeah.
up by my friend.
Wow, it comes full circle.
Yeah. So this memory is the most memorable thing
Oh my god.
in Fiji.
Yeah.
So the next day of the
After that.
after that, I went to police office with my friends, and I translated between police officer and my friend. between Japanese to English.
Yeah.
So it's the
You had to say that whole story again.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
so it is the most memorable thing I experienced in Fiji.
Yeah. Oh. That's sounds pretty crazy. You said that you were translating that whole time. Did you feel like you did a good job translating?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you ever do that as a job?
Once I thought, it will be very how can I say?
Interesting?
Yeah, very
or-
interesting and very exciting. But in this field, there's so many crazy people about their abilities. They have
really?
super
Almost cocky, kind of.
yeah.
Like they're very proud, but in a bad way.
I mean, what I tried to say was, I wasn't competitive
I know.
to other people who were born in the country.
Got it.
So naturally born foreign language.
English and another language,
Yes.
or Japanese and
Yes.
another language. Got
Naturally
it.
born multilingual people. I thought I couldn't beat them. So it's not gonna be so easy.
Yeah.
So I just put that. Okay, let's just put that as a how can I say? Just
Side,
sub
maybe
ability.
like your backup
Yeah,
almost.
my backup, not for my main arm.
Yeah, your main focus.
Main
I
focus.
guess. Your main, major right
Yeah.
now is material science, right?
Yes,
That's
material science.
how I met you, was through Hyunso.
Yes, yes.
It's your last semester, isn't
Yes,
it?
it's my last semester. It's supposed to be my last semester,
Supposed to.
but I decided to put off my graduation
Oh, really?
for a semester.
How come?
Because I thought it will be better to put off for now, because once I get graduated, I thought I might lose many chances from the school.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's really a good resource, I think, being in school, being a
Yes.
student, it can really benefit. I understand that.
Yeah, that's why I just put off for a semester.
So you're going to be taking classes next semester too, or how does that work?
I just put only one credit.
Okay.
So
you're just literally technically a
Yeah,
student still, but
yes.
you're not going to really do that much.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just going to probably try and apply for jobs and whatnot. Okay.
yes, only one subject, I guess.
Okay. Actually, I want to go back to Japan one more time. I have a gift for you. And I want to ask you a question with this gift.
Gift.
I want to ask you, what is your favorite Japanese alcohol?
What is
Favorite Japanese alcohol?
alcohol? Sake or whiskey?
All right, well, it's your lucky day, buddy. I got you a bottle of sake. Pure Japanese sake.
Jesus Christ! I love sake.
Yes, it's all for you.
Tatsuma Honge.
I don't know the brand, but it was the only one I could find.
Hakushika.
Is there Japanese written on it?
Yes.
I mean, like that, but no, that's all Korean.
It's Korean. Oh.
I wonder, is there like certain brands of sake that you like? Like, I'm very interested in sake, and I don't know anybody that would know about sake other than maybe you. So I know that there's hot and cold sake.
Oh yes. There's hot way and cold way.
Which one is the traditional one?
Traditional one. To talk about tradition.
Do you know?
I'm not really.
Maybe is there a reason that you would have a hot one, and is there a reason you would have a cold one?
Frankly speaking, I don't really know much about why they have sake in hot way and cold way.
Okay.
But I only know they having sake in hot way because I used to work as a bartender in Japanese bar back in New Zealand. So they taught me how to serve hot sake and cold sake. So they have sake in hot way.
Oh, so you didn't know about the hot sake until then?
Yeah, not really. I didn't really know about Japanese drinks
Oh, got it.
because I was young.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you prefer sake or do you prefer soju?
Sake.
Really?
Yes, because I'm not trying to say bad thing in Korean soju, but I feel cautious.
No, I know. It's okay.
But soju that has been drunk by Korean people is made by made in just like artificial process. So it's not a natural thing. So I don't really like the taste of the alcohol. So it smells like artificial alcohol.
I definitely agree with you 100% on that.
So I don't really like the taste of soju. So just to compare the taste of drink, I prefer the sake.
To me, sake tastes more like
Mild.
it tastes what I feel like a rice wine would taste like. And like you said, when you drink soju, it feels very chemically.
Yes.
Almost. Yeah, it doesn't really taste like wine.
Yes.
Like I usually compare soju to like vodka. Like I think it's like a more watered down vodka rather than wine. Like I would never think of soju as a wine.
Yes.
But sake I could see as being more of like a wine.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, Korean soju is not really traditional thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not really traditional thing. We used to make alcohol by rice.
Yeah.
But in 60s, 70s, people still liked drinking, but we were suffered by lack of food. But we liked drinking. But the alcohol we drank was made by rice, and it needs a lot of rice. So it became kind of problem of food lack.
Oh, like the lack of food that you had
Yes, lack
was
of
a problem for the amount of alcohol that
Yes.
you could brew. Oh, yeah, sure.
So what I read is governments made people not to use rice for making soju.
So they started using different things.
Yeah, different thing. So that's one of the main reason why they started making soju artificially.
So it doesn't just like it does taste artificially, but
Yes.
there's a reason because it literally is made with
Yeah, it's
artificial things. I didn't actually know that. Okay.
Before that, in Korea there were so many traditional way of making traditional alcohol like sake in Japan. But yeah, through the war and through the period we were very poor. Very poor.
Yeah.
The stream of the technology of making traditional alcohol has been cut, and now there are only few traditional alcohol in Korea.
Yeah, I've like tried to look up traditional Korean alcohols. It's really hard to find them,
Yes.
first of all, but I saw the history of them, and there are, like you said, a lot of different ones. Kind of like sake, how yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of soccer as well, so I completely understand that. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering. And what is your favorite Japanese like business?
My favorite Japanese what?
Business.
Business.
Like if you could work for any Japanese company.
What I preferred first was aircraft company because I wanted to be a flight attendant back in the days.
Back in the days,
Back
those
in the
days.
Yeah, but the Corona thing happened, and
right. Oh, so the recent days.
Oh, recent.
Okay.
So I just let my dream go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That it's not really a good goal, I think, right now.
Yeah. So for now, I think I want to use my major, material science and engineering, and my language ability, English, Japanese at the same time. So, like manufacture in Japan, in steel manufacturing field or semiconductor, like kind of related to my major, but it isn't really necessary to be. I prefer that, and actually, if I can work in Japan with happiness, then everything will be fine.
Yeah, you don't really care as much about the money, or you just want to have a job you enjoy.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you know the most successful company in all of Japan? Can you guess?
Most successful company
Of 2020,
in 2020.
company that made the most money.
It will be. I guess it'll be Mitsubishi. I'm not really sure. No.
I was just gonna give you a hint. It's a video game.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Whoa, shoot.
I think they made over $7 trillion this year, or something absolutely crazy.
This year.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And I wanted to segue that into. I know that you are a big.
Sega, the video game.
Well, I was just gonna talk to you about games in general, but what about Sega?
Sega was hit of 2000, around 2000. It was hit for game. Virtual cop. Virtual cop.
Virtual car?
Yeah, cop.
Oh, Virtual Cop.
Yeah, virtual cop.
Yeah, like arcade games.
Yeah, arcade
games.
games.
Sure. What was your most memorable game growing up?
You mean made by Japan or
Any game.
any game?
Did you play games when you were younger?
Oh yes, I really like games. So far my best game is FIFA Online.
FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA.
Currently, right now.
I was, but I just quit the game for the exam.
Got it,
Yes.
of course. But in most recent,
Yeah.
you were a big FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA and Civilization.
Those
two.
Civ 5.
Yeah, those two.
But when you were younger,
When I was younger,
what kind of games did you play in Korea or?
yes,
in Korea?
FIFA was
FIFA was
there.
still big.
Yeah, still there, and maybe Counter-Strike online in Korea.
When you played FIFA, did you only play on PC?
Yes.
Yeah.
We Korean, most of Korean use PC to play game. Unlike Japan, they are using PlayStation.
PlayStation or Nintendo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I didn't play PC games until maybe after high school. And so I grew up also on consoles.
Console game.
Xbox and
Yes.
PlayStation and stuff like that. And I remember talking to my other Korean friends, and they told me that they had never even played like Nintendo games, or they never even played like, and they never even seen an Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
It's true.
like it's like weird to be in a world that like I guess has never heard of that stuff, but a very sort of similar story to your first time in Japan. I met one of my other American friends who happened to be studying abroad in Japan.
Yes.
And we met him in Tokyo, and we went to, I think, a very similar restaurant to what you're talking about, because like they had like the certain courses,
Yes.
and then it was unlimited, but you just had to keep order, like you had to call for the waiter.
To
And
have it.
luckily, we had a Japanese friend with us, so he knew. But it was super fun. I mean, and also at that place we got unlimited highballs.
Yes.
So yeah, we were just like, and it was a 90-minute thing, so we were just like trying to order like as much as we could, and then after that we were just like so drunk, and we were just literally like, we would literally just go to a convenience store, like buy like a big beer or something, and then we were just like walking around, going into shops. It was super fun. It was a great night. Yeah. So that was a very memorable time. So yeah, I also really love Japan. I would like to explore outside of Japan. When I was there the first time, I tried to schedule. This is just maybe a weird bucket list thing that I have. I really want to go to a sumo wrestling tournament.
Sumo wrestling. You wanna go to watch or you wanna participate?
No, definitely not participate. I definitely want to go to watch. I just really would love to just see that and just see what the atmosphere is like. So, actually, I tried to schedule one in Fukuoka, but I wasn't able to go just because I didn't have enough time. Like I mean, I don't want to blame it on Tom and Yushi, but like because I met Tom and Yushi, I was planning the next day actually to go. But anyways, it's a long ways to Fukuoka from Tokyo, so I didn't go. But in the future, I would like to go to a sumo wrestling tournament. And I'm wondering, for you, do you have any things that you would like to go and do in Japan? Like what is something that you haven't done in Japan yet that you would like to do?
One of the bucket lists is going to Matsuri, which is festival. Going to Matsuri with wearing, what was that? Yukata.
Oh, yukata, yeah.
A Japanese traditional
dress,
dress,
kinda,
yes, dress.
Clothing, yeah.
So actually, when I was in Japan, I have an experience that I traveled Kyoto with kimono with my ex-girlfriend, which is who is Japanese, and it was very, very memorable for me. She was very beautiful, and my clothes was really good too. So I want to feel the emotions like that again. So I wanna go to Matsuri with. Yeah, it could be my girlfriend or it could be my just friend.
Yeah.
I wanna go to Matsuri with somebody, girlfriend or friend, with wearing yukata.
And can you explain Matsuri?
Matsuri.
I have no idea what that is.
Yes, Matsuri is literally means festival. Festival in Japanese, and there are so many yatai, which is street food booth. Street food booth. Yatai is a standing
booths, maybe?
Yeah, standing booth, and it is, they are in a row, but in a very long distance.
Is it very similar to like maybe in Busan?
It's like
those
night market.
It's like night market.
Yeah, it's like
okay,
night market.
okay.
It's more similar to night market.
Okay.
So, but and one of the interesting thing is all the booths are made by the people who are living there. residents.
So yeah, there's a very local.
Yeah, very
thing.
local.
Yeah.
So much local.
Does it only happen in a certain area? Is it a Matsuri? Does it happen all over Japan?
It's happening all over the Japan, and each one has their original version.
Each city.
Yeah, each city, and each city have their original one, and there are some famous and very big scaled matsuri in specific places,
cities, sure.
like in Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo. They have their own like very famous matsuri. So actually in Matsuri period, there are so many people crowded on the street to see the performance and to enjoy the street. And another interesting thing is they are all wearing, not all, many people are wearing their traditional dress, unlike Korea. So they, when they are wearing their traditional clothes very naturally, I really thought that, oh, in Korea I wanna wear Korean traditional thing in this kind of specific festival. So this kind of culture will be needed in Korea.
So you think that, I mean, like during Matsuri, even like all the regular people, it's not just the performers that are wearing
Yes.
it, but everyone is wearing.
Yes.
That's really cool.
So I think wearing yukata or kimono in Matsuri period is kind of a culture. So it's they will be thinking the culture is very traditional and they have to keep it. So that was one of the interesting things I got in Japan.
When is Matsuri? Like, is it a day or is it like a week? Or
It's happened. It's happened on specific day, like for example, we have Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, Halloween in America,
yeah.
and we have New Year's Day, Seollnal, and Chuseok, which is Thanksgiving Day in Korea. Like that,
Got it.
in their holiday, national holiday, they have Matsuri to celebrate the holiday.
And what time of year is it?
It's actually it depends on the city because they have their own original day. So most of them have Matsuri on August and on January.
August. Oh, so it's not even like, it's not even really close. It just literally depends on the area that you're in.
Yes. Some cities have Matsuri on May. Some cities have Matsuri on March. Like the purpose is very various. So to celebrate the to celebrate the blooming of cherry blossom, or to to celebrate
Beginning of the year, maybe,
beginning
or
of the year, and to celebrate the day of becoming an adult. We call it seijinshiki in Japan. So they have their anniversary, and in anniversary they have some matsuri in their town, I guess.
That's really interesting.
If you have a chance, you should go to enjoy matsuri.
Where do you think is the best Matsuri?
Actually, I mean, I don't have experience of visiting
a lot of different places.
I mean, very big matsuri, but so far, Kyoto was really good. Kyoto and Kobe. So Kobe is one of the city which is famous for port.
So it's on the coast.
Yes, coast, and it has been developed. It has been being developed with a trading with a port. So they have like a little original culture comparing to other Japanese cities, because the Kobe city was used for
Trade,
foreign trade and how can I say it?
export and imports.
No, like the people from government of foreign countries.
Oh,
They're
like
staying
the
there.
embassies.
Yeah,
embassies.
embassies.
Mm.
So there were so many embassies in Kobe. So their culture is a little bit different from other Japanese cities.
So they're more internationally focused, maybe because of that. You think?
Yes, and they have some spots for embassies, and they are kind of tourism.
Yeah.
Tourist attractions.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. What are your favorite cities in Japan to visit? Or, yeah, the ones that you visited. Obviously, Kyoto is probably high on your list.
Yeah, Kyoto is high, but my favorite city is Osaka.
Osaka, really? Is there a certain reason?
Because Osaka is the first city I've visited. So the impact that I experienced in Osaka cannot be beaten by any other cities.
Is it very traditional city? Is it a big city? I mean, of course, Osaka is a very popular name, so I assume it's a pretty big city. But my view of Japan is very limited to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Tokyo is much different probably from the rest
Yes.
of the country. So,
Yeah, Osaka is another city of port. So it has a very big port, and
is it on the north or is it on the south or
Is
kind of
it-
near
oh.
Tokyo in the middle?
Yes, it's about middle.
Middle.
Yeah, middle of Japanese not peninsula, Japanese island.
Yeah.
And Osaka is very famous for food.
Oh, food.
Food. Very tasty food. So there's a saying in Osaka, "Kuidaore," which means you'll be bankrupted by eating food
Oh my god.
in Osaka.
What is it? Kiri ore?
Kuidaore.
Kui
Yeah.
aore.
Kui means eat, and taore means
Broke.
fall down.
Oh, fall down?
Yeah.
So you will eat so
and
much
be
that you
full.
will fall down?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's great.
It means there's so many nice foods in Osaka. So you will definitely feel that when you arrive in Dotonbori.
And what was your favorite food? I know, that's an impossible question.
Oh,
I love Korean food, so whenever someone asks me my favorite Korean food, it's really difficult.
yeah. In Osaka, I will say okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki.
Yeah, okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki.
And what is that?
It literally means grilled food of what you like. So, okonomi means what you like,
Yeah.
and yaki means grilling.
Grilled, yeah, yaki,
So
like yakisoba.
you wanna put something you want to eat and grill it.
So is it kind of like almost like you?
Pancake of Japanese.
Oh, it's a pancake.
It's not for sweet dessert, but
Yeah, no, I've had it. I think.
yeah, the
Oki.
look is like more like pancake.
I didn't know that was the actual name. I've definitely had that.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Cabbage inside.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite foods
Yeah.
in Japan too, definitely.
So about okonomiyaki, there are some like opinions that which is the origin and which is the origin. But I will not talk about the origin. I just say, yeah,
That is your
okonomiyaki
favorite
of
food.
Osaka was very tasty.
Got it. Okay, yeah. I had okonomiyaki at the bottom of the Tokyo Tower. It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
And I would also like to recommend toriyaki gyoza, toriyaki gyoza, which is dumpling, which is covered by the skin of chicken,
Ooh, that sounds really good.
and it's divided by grilled one, pan grilled one, and fried one. I would recommend the fried one.
Fried.
Very crunchy outside and very like
Soft or-
soft inside,
Yeah.
and juicy inside.
Is there meat on the inside too?
Yes, like dumpling.
Dumpling.
So
Ooh.
instead of the cover made by flour, they used
So-
torikawa.
Ah. So yeah, it gets that crunchy. That sounds really good.
Yes, very. It smells very nice.
You can almost smell it right
Yeah,
now, I'm sure.
yeah.
All right, buddy. I wish we could go on, but I have one more question for you.
Yes.
It is the most important question I've asked you. And it might be the most important question in the universe.
Oh,
Are you ready?
one more. I'm ready.
What is the meaning of life?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is the meaning of life? It sounds very. It sounds very. The word.
Philosophical.
Philosophical. It sounds very philosophical. What's the meaning of life? To be happy. In order to be happy, that is the absolute purpose and absolute motivation of life, I guess. So what makes you feel happy can be money, can be your friends, can be your girlfriend, can be your parents, can be your hobby, can be your job, it can be everything. And to find it, what we do for finding it is the very life of our life.
The matter of our life.
Yeah, matter of our life. I think so. So anyway, the reason why we are struggling to achieve something, do something, is anyway we want to be happy in the end of the day. So that's why we want to struggle to like study and taking the certificates and try to get into major company and try to earn more money. The absolute goal is to be happy, I guess. So I really hope that everybody, including me, do not forget that.
Sure.
Because we are busy.
Yeah, it's really easy to get caught up in the busyness
Yes.
and forget like why you're doing it all or
Yes.
what you're doing it all for.
We're easily forgetting about that because when we are in the middle of doing something, so keep that in mind. All the reason we are doing is just to be happy.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Is there anything else you want to say to the audience?
I've talked about some background of Japan and background of Fijian races, and that is all my personal opinion. It cannot be the truth and the fact that I'm saying that. So please don't get so upset and serious. And
I think they know that it's just your personal opinion
Yes.
and it's just the point of view that you had. you know that, I don't think that at all during your story you were stereotyping a certain race or, being particularly mean to one certain group. I think you made it pretty clear that, you respect everyone.
Yeah, I tried hard.
Sure.
So
Yeah. All right. Thanks for meeting.
Don't get that wrong.
Yeah. Of course. All right. Thanks for meeting with me, Won.
I feel so happy about you want me to do this video, and you wanted me to put me as a good memory of Korean life.
Of course.
So I feel so moved about your calling. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate
I
it.
feel so happy.
Of course, I feel really happy too. I'm glad we became friends. Thanks. Thanks for listening.